I can trace my undying love of classic R&B and soul music all the way back to the 1980s, when I had a cassette of a group of singers who all happened to be animated raisins. Want to hear more? Welcome to I Got a Song. The place is I Got a Song. The people are Clay and Michael. You are welcome. Come on in.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to I Got a Song, episode 22.
22.
I'm so pleased to be with you today as your affable co-host, along with Michael Long.
Michael.
How you doing today, sir?
Man, I'm doing pretty good.
Are you sure? I heard a little bit of a. Let's try that again. Michael, how you doing, buddy?
And I'm doing great. God,
that's the one. I think we got it.
I think we got it, Donaghy.
Oh man, it's been so great to work on these last few episodes, the past couple of days, and just get psyched up for today. I'm really stoked about what's coming your way and what's coming my way. It's always
exciting. Absolutely.
You're going to be presenting today.
I'm presenting today, or this evening for this episode. At this particular moment, episode 22 is courtesy of Michael's, and it's our first proper episode of the new year. We did our two songs that you hate episodes, and we're kind of getting back to our normal format, songs that we do not hate. So,
yeah, I think we're square. Because you really stuck it to me, but I flipped around and I gave it right back. But you know what? Yeah. That Dragon Force thing that stuck with me for a little while. They put a curse on me or something because that song noodled its way into my psyche or something, and I woke up a couple times in the middle of the night, like well after the episode, and I hadn't listened to it because I was wiped out on it, but. It woke me up a couple times, and I just hear the word, and I was just like, dang it, so it just kind of backfired on me.
I've got to say, I don't believe I've ever had a song wake me up in the middle of the night.
And then of course, DJ X is like, hey, here's something you're really gonna love.
Yo, Clay, I got a song just for you. This is your Tuesday vibe. Here it is.
And I'm like, DJ X,
you're fired.
We gotta talk.
Up, your DJ X is here, ready to go. Gonna get this Friday started with the mix of your kind of music.
Oh no!
You had some good DJ X time this week.
Oh man. Okay, so anybody out there that knows about DJ X, I mean, some days he's on fire and some days he is fired. And man, he was hitting every beat that I needed the other day. It was wild. It was the best DJ X session I've ever had. Each little set is probably what would you say, about five songs or so? Yeah. 5 songs or so.
Yeah.
I'll let him play through probably 6 straight sets, and every song was a banger, and it didn't matter. Like he threw me a classic soul set. He threw me a 90s alternative set.
Was there anything in there though that you weren't familiar with before, or were they all like you knew them all?
I knew the vast majority of them. I was just about to say he threw me like a kind of a pop set, which I normally would skip pretty quick. But I let it go, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I remember this song. He was kind of playing 2000s and some 2010s kind of poppy stuff. But but I was letting it run, and I wasn't skipping or anything. I was like, this isn't terrible.
I think I'm a little bit more I'm a little bit more skip happy generally than you are.
You don't tolerate pop like I do, so or not.
It usually probably wouldn't show up in my.
Well, I should say like
some of it does. Sometimes some newer stuff shows up, and I give it a shot.
Okay, but you're a lot more skip happy with it than I am.
Well, I mean, until the auto tune hits, and then I'm like, it's
but
hard
anyway,
to skip.
Long story short, 6 straight sets, 30 songs. I didn't skip a single one, and there were maybe 2 that I hadn't heard before that I was like, all right, this is okay, and I didn't like them or anything, but
yeah, you were telling us about
either.
that the other day, and I was like, shoot, maybe there's been an advancement or something. And so I got in the car and I was like, all right,
maybe
DJ,
the algorithm has improved. Nope.
And he's like, here's something you really like. Shiny, happy people.
Instant fired, right?
Yeah. Anyway,
right.
You got a song?
I do. I got a song, and it's a good thing too because we're on a show called I Got a Song. I'm gonna preface with a question. Okay. Do you remember the first physical media that you called your own, whether it was a tape or a record or an 8-track or anything like that? Do you remember the first one that you called your own, not one that you borrowed from your mom or that belonged to someone else that you borrowed? The first one that you said, "This is mine." You could have either received it as a gift or you bought it with your own money, whatever the case may be.
Can it be just one? Because I've got. Okay, let me think.
If you have multiple, just pick one. But
it's hard to think of which one it might be. But one of the first that I can remember purchasing I'm pretty sure that I purchased with my own money was a cassette tape by the Monkees. It was probably It was probably from '66, which would have been they had a couple, but Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Jones Limited was the name of that album. The door she looked at me. Just about Mouth Yankee, I went down to Mexico. Another pleasant valley Sunday. And interesting. I treasured that album or that tape.
Yeah.
I wore it out. I think.
Now, before I send you the song, I don't want to disclose how this question relates to the song I'm going to send you until we listen to the song and come back, because I've got a bit of a story on that. Do you still have this physical media?
No, I'm pretty sure.
No, dang. Well,
no,
and that's fine. There's so many of us that have thrown things away or sold things or whatever over the years, and that's fine.
For whatever stupid reason, my cassettes I let go of just a big box of them.
Okay.
And there was so much gold on that. I just past play, making past play moves.
I have just sent the song.
All right, let me open it up here. Okay. We got signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Stevie Wonder, the man.
Do you know the song?
Yes.
Okay. All right, good.
Of course.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. Let's give it a listen, and then I'll fill you in on what I'm talking about here.
Nice. Hit it.
At this point in the episode, Clay and Michael listen to the song and then come back to discuss it. For the best experience, we recommend that you do the same on your music platform of choice.
All right, everybody. That was Signed, Sealed, Delivered, I'm Yours by Stevie Wonder. Clay.
What a jam, sir. Thank you for that.
I'm always going to reach back into some classic soul every now and then.
Yeah, I mean, I love that. I love that groove, man. It's undeniable. And yeah.
All right. Couple of facts. This was recorded between August of 1969 and April of 1970, released as a single in 1970. And co-written between Stevie Wonder and like 4 other people that I don't really know who they are. But Stevie Wonder, of course, being the performer here. Now, you said you did know this song. What is your overall opinion of Stevie Wonder, Clay?
So I don't know Stevie Wonder as well as I feel like I should. Mm-hmm. He wasn't one of the ones that was in regular rotation at the house.
Okay.
Growing up, I don't think that he ever really stood out. I mean, I kind of learned, he would show up, kind of later. Like I couldn't tell you the name of very many Stevie Wonder songs other than this one. But I bet you, I mean, I could probably, if they were to come on and I were to hear them, I just may not know that they're Stevie Wonder. I'm like, oh, okay. But if I look down.
He's one of these guys like, sort of like, maybe not as big behind the scenes as someone like Smokey Robinson there at Motown, but he did a lot of work for other artists as well as his own stuff. Very big in Motown in the 60s and 70s. Very successful solo artist. I've got a note here. Where's it at? It says he's one of the best-selling music artists of all time. He has sold over 100 million records worldwide, and he's won 25 Grammy Awards.
Not exactly a lightweight.
No, not at all. He has been inducted into the R&B Hall of Fame, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and the Songwriters Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy is just, and I don't know if he still, performs much and tours much now. I mean, he was born in 1950, so that makes him, 83, I guess? Something like
he's still kicking.
73, not 83. I'm trying to put a few years on the guy.
Wonder if he's still doing stuff.
He still kicks around pretty good. So
wonder if he tours and stuff.
I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. Signed, Sealed, Delivered is one of his hits. Let's see if I can see how it fared. Rolling Stone has in the past put up this list of the 500 greatest songs of all time. It ranked number 203 on that list.
500.
That's
too many.
Oh yeah. It's a huge list, and it's, although it's not quite as pretentious as some of these other lists try to be. There are some songs on there just like, what? Why this song and why this point on the list? But anyway.
Yeah, you remember when I did that Pitchfork list of the top 100 song albums of the 90s? I do,
yeah.
There was just, as you can imagine.
There were some head scratchers on that list.
Yeah, man, but I powered through it with...
You did. That's admirable as well.
I think if there was I don't think they had anything like, Dixie Chicks or something that I had to just completely skip. But, there were a few that were kind of rough to get through, but I powered through. Anyway, continue. I'm sorry.
Okay. So I'm going to get to the point with the question that I asked you before. I asked Clay if he could remember if you could remember what your first physical media that you had that you called your own. Yeah. And you gave me the Monkees. Yeah. And I think while we were listening to the song, you came up with a couple more. What would those be?
Yeah, I can think of a few that showed up like in Christmas stockings, like mm-hmm. Maybe the age of 5, 6, something like that, and it would have been like some contemporary Christian stuff from the 80s, like it would have been like Amy Grant.
Yeah.
Might have been my first boy crush was Amy Grant.
Then, nice.
Yeah, I mean, this was like before Baby Baby and all the stuff from the 90s.
Right.
Insert the clip right here, Clay. And then, but yeah, before she kind of went mainstream, I totally had a thing for Amy Grant. Okay. Another artist that I really liked was Carmen.
Carmen?
Yeah, Carmen.
I remember that, but I don't remember.
Man, I could talk about Carmen. That might have been the first like live show. Yes, it's funny. It's very funny. It is.
Keep going.
Dude. I think
first live show.
Okay, it was like at a church. No, I saw him at the Oil Palace for sure.
Okay.
In Tyler, the Oil Palace. That's the name of the. Okay, Michael knows what I'm talking about. But
I do.
Yeah, it's this. Yeah, East Texas. Yeah, and the concert venue or arena, I guess rather, is called. Anyway, yeah. So it could have been one of those. It could have been Carmen, Amy Grant. The Monkees were definitely in there. One of the first CDs that I ever purchased with my own money was by Vangelis.
Okay.
He did the Chariots of Fire.
Yeah, Chariots of Fire. Yeah.
Soundtrack, Blade Runner. Antarctica.
Oh, yeah, good
but there was
stuff.
this CD called there was this CD that was not a soundtrack. That was just called The City, and it was just basically like some ambient music. And there's like these sounds of somebody walking through the rain in the city, and it's anyway. I don't know if it holds up, but I was really into it when I was a kid.
Let's see, it's going to be kind of a roundabout way to come to this Stevie Wonder song, but the two earliest pieces of physical media I remember, as far as music was concerned, that I called my own, that I had gotten when I was a kid. One was a Beach Boys tape. It was like a live concert tape of the Beach Boys.
She's my little scoop. You don't know what I've done.
I was really into the Beach Boys. I still am. I'm a fan of the Beach Boys, unashamedly so. But
that's cool.
I can tell by your voice. You're like, hey, that's cool.
No. I mean, yeah, I don't. Yeah,
I know you don't.
But
roll
hey,
with
whatever.
The Beach Boys,
I like the Monkees.
Anyway,
that is equally uncool.
Nope. Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Fair deal.
Monkees are way cooler.
Oh, hey, show's over. Hey, we'll see you next time.
People say we're monkeying around.
So anyway, Beach Boys live, and then the other one was. Do you remember the California Raisins?
%, yes.
God.
I owned the tape.
You did?
Owned the tape.
Oh, dude.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right. So I had that was my other tape. Okay, and so you had the tape, so you know that this tape is nothing but like them covering a bunch of old Motown classics, right?
Yep.
A bunch of old, and not even just Motown, just old soul classics in general.
Now, were these tapes re-sung by a new group of dudes as covers, or were they?
Yeah, so like the California Raisins was like,
and it was like a cartoon.
They were
like a claymation.
It was like a claymation cartoon, but the singers were like, from what I understand, they were like studio singers that they just tried to kind of market to get sold. And I could be completely wrong on that, but
so these might be the guys who were singing, like actually singing for Milli Vanilli, guys like that, session singers.
I mean, session singers. I mean, that had nothing to do with Milli Vanilli, but yes, like session singers, and they just wanted to like put something out there, and to be able to kind of market it, they went this route with the California Raisins.
California Raisins from the California Vineyards.
Don't you know I heard it through the grapevine?
Sounds great, doesn't it?
And then there were several like TV specials.
Yes.
They sold.
There was a Christmas special that was really.
Yeah. There was like I think they even had a cartoon. There was merchandise you could buy, and then there was this album.
That was such a bizarre marketing thing,
but it worked.
And they were like in like McDonald's Happy Meals.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I remember playing with them because my grandma, Juanita Mima, she loved trying to collect all the little McDonald's toys for the kids, for us, and the California Raisins. I remember those.
Yeah. So I had that tape, and I don't know that I credit this tape with my just enduring love of like old soul and Motown.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, this album first came out in like 86 or 87, something like that. And I had heard it and I was like, oh, I got to have that. And I don't even remember what the occasion was that I got it or who I got it from necessarily, but I just remember getting that tape. I couldn't have been more than about 8 or 9 years old. And I had a little single cassette jam box thing. And I played this tape over and over and over again. And it was just constantly. And they had, I heard it through the grapevine, Stand By Me, Lean On Me.
Yes, that was the main one, was Heard It Through the Grapevine. That was the...
Moni Moni. There were so many good songs. Now, again, it's going to be kind of a roundabout.
Did they do My Girl too?
Did they do My Girl? I've got to find like the track listing on the album. I don't know. I don't think My Girl was on there. But there were a lot of other good Motown songs on there. Now, I had the tape.
Oh, go ahead.
I had the tape, and then there was one of these TV specials. It was just called, I think it was just called Meet the Raisins. It was like a half-hour claymation TV special. I had recorded it on VHS because I'd already seen it once, and then I'd seen that it was coming on again. It's like, oh, I got to record it. So I recorded it, and I wore that out. Now, they had more songs on the TV special above and beyond the album that had come out. So they explored more songs. And from what I remember from the TV special, they really kind of leaned more into the Motown aspect of it. It wasn't just broadly classic soul. It was really more Motown stuff. And one of the last songs they play at the end of the special, it's kind of like the song that sends them off into stardom at the end of this TV special, is Signed, Sealed, Delivered.
Seen a lot of things in this whole world without just a baby loving girl, baby. Here I am, signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours, baby.
Okay, and that's where
California Raisins did.
The California Raisins sang "Signed, Sealed, Delivered."
Okay.
At the end of this TV special, the claymation TV special. It was like the show was about how they had met. They were like brothers and cousins and stuff, and they how they kind of came up into music and all this, and recorded their first album and stuff like that. I mean, this is all just a silly kid show, but
That's
you know, I'm eating
though.
it up. I'm eating it up as a 9 or 10-year-old, and you know, all the music is just fantastic. And then at the end, they're singing this. They're coming together with this like really monumental performance, and they're singing "Signed, Sealed, Delivered," and it's just really, really cool. as cool as claymation, you know, 80s claymation Raisins singing a Motown song can be.
Do you remember? I don't know if you ever saw the Beavis and Butthead video where they had a California Raisins video. Do you remember what they said that they resembled?
No, what?
I think they said they looked like talking turds or something.
Oh no!
Who are these guys?
They look kind of like turds.
Yeah. Turds are cool.
Hey, Beavis. If turds could talk, what would they say?
They'd say, I don't like being a turd. Being a turd sucks.
Would you feel bad about flushing a talking turd?
No way. I'd say, drown, you fecal matter.
I can see that, and that's fair. But I remember like the TV special was just like it had a lot of great music, but it was also funny, and I think you can find it on YouTube now. Actually,
yeah, I'm looking.
I think it's on YouTube.
The track listing. There's 9 songs, and they're all like La Bamba, Stand By Me, Lean on Me, Heartbreak Hotel, When a Man Loves a Woman.
Yes. Okay, so that's the album, right?
Yeah, that's okay. 1987. There was another one in 1988, and then there was a Christmas album.
Okay, so I only had the first one.
It would be California Raisins, Sing the Hit Songs.
That's it. Yeah. Okay, and Clay, are you ready for a bombshell?
Hit me.
I still have that tape.
You're kidding.
I still have that cassette.
Oh my gosh. I
have never ever gotten rid of it. I know exactly where it's at. I could when I get home, I could go straight to my closet, pull it out, and take a picture of it and send it to you. And I know exactly where it's at.
It's going to be the album cover for this episode.
Oh, what a fantastic idea. I love it.
That's going to be it. And does it have like the liner notes that you can find?
Oh, yeah. Stuff? They're taped together because I had the liner notes out so much that it fell apart.
Yeah, and they would have been perforated too.
Yeah, so they were perforated, and so they're taped together.
That's incredible.
Now, mind you, I haven't had a cassette player in many years, probably even decades, plural. But I still have the cassette, and I have never gotten rid of it, and will never get rid of it.
My current car is the only car that has not had a cassette tape in it. That's or a cassette player, in it.
Yeah, so I haven't had a cassette player in my vehicle since probably 2005.
Can you think of a tape that you might have played that would have gotten eaten or something that you were really upset about?
Oh, let me think.
Maybe.
Well, no, this one has endured. This tape has endured. I could put it into a cassette player right now and it would play.
You take pretty good care of your media, man. So that does
really
not surprise me in the least.
I don't remember any purchased cassettes that would have gotten eaten up that I would have been upset over. But I did have, when we were in junior high, and Clay, you'll remember this. When we were in junior high, I would spend a lot of time listening to the radio and like waiting for songs that I really wanted to hear come on, and I would record them on a blank tape.
And make a mixtape for yourself.
Make a mixtape for myself, and I still have a number of those too. I still have probably 6 mixtapes from junior high that I've never gotten rid of. But I do distinctly remember one that I played, and the cassette player in my car at the time. It was my first car, that white Nissan Sentra.
Yeah.
The tape deck ate it, and I was I was upset because
chewed it up, man.
It chewed it up bad.
That's terrible.
I was sad, but
then you were dismayed, and then you had to pull all that stuff out of there and wiggle and
it's like a very shameful. It's like, oh, this thing is ruined. There's no way, and I just had to throw it away.
Back to the raisins. I call them the raisins. That's what we call them. Yeah, those in the know.
As we call them, the raisins.
So, babe, back with the raisins. Did you pay money for that cassette? Did you say? Did I completely gloss over that spot?
No. I want to say that one I think I received as a gift. But it was given to me as like my first bit of media that, I wasn't like up to that point. Anything that I was listening to on a physical media would have like belonged to my parents or someone else. So that was the first one that I called my own. The first one that I bought with my own money. I couldn't really tell you, to be honest. I could tell you what the first 2 CDs that I bought were.
Okay. Earliest music purchase that you can, that kind of stands out.
Okay. Well, the first 2 CDs that I ever bought is the Top Gun soundtrack. And a Vince Gill CD, I Still Believe in You.
That totally tracks with you, man.
It really does, doesn't it?
I love that so much.
And I still have both of those CDs.
I know you do. I'm sure they're pristine. Now, did you buy them whenever they were in the the rectangle box, like the long?
You mean like a long box? Oh no. These were in the standard CD jewel case. Okay. I got my first CD player, 93 or 92, 93 maybe.
I'm bad with years. I know we had a CD player.
It was early 90s. It was early 90s. We didn't have CD players prior to that at my house, so we had tape decks and tape players and all that. But the first CD player was actually I'd gotten it for Christmas, I think, but my parents got me a little 3-disc changer. Yeah. And
that's cool.
And they took me to Tyler, Texas, to Best Buy. And nice. And they said, "Hey, go pick out 2 CDs." Oh
man, that is thrilling.
And that's what I came home with.
And you got the Top Gun soundtrack.
Top Gun soundtrack and a Vince Gill CD.
And Vince Gill.
Yep.
Dude, I love that.
Yeah, good memories, man.
I think the first CD player that we had in the house, Mom was pretty good about having a nice stereo. Now that I think about it. Yeah. Now that I think, I was thinking about this today because the song that's coming up in episode 23, that song that you're going to hear, I remember it in connection with the stereo. But anyway, the CD player was just like a rack unit kind of. Mm-hmm. So that she had like an EQ and then like the CD deck, and you would hit a button and it would just it would come out, and we were like, oh, that is cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. We got to go buy more CDs.
Man, CDs were the jam for several years.
Yeah, so we started saving up our allowance. Like, hey, can we go to where did we go? Sam Goody, or we would have maybe
whatever would have been in like Longview or Tyler at the time.
Yeah, yeah. In Longview, we might have gone to the New Life Bible Bookstore,
right?
And seen what kind of cassettes that we could have. See what the newest Carmen Jam was like, or the newest cassette by Petra.
Oh yes, Petra.
Yeah, Petra got me started in rock as a little young Christian boy.
Well, we've been going on for a bit here. I'm going to kind of wrap it up, but just to kind of get back to the California Raisins, what's funny about all this is this.
Let's get back to what really matters.
What really matters, the California Raisins, and it's funny because this tape was, like I said, I don't necessarily know that it was like my introduction to these old songs and why I have such a fondness for them, but it was like the first thing that I could kind of latch onto to be like, I want to hear this song again. I'm going to play, I rewound and fast forwarded, and I played both sides of that cassette constantly. And later, you start working a few years down the road from there when I finally figure out, these are like real songs by real artists.
Yeah.
And I started tracking down, who actually sang and, who actually wrote and sang these songs.
Yes.
And I start kind of piecing it together. And by this point, I've already, watched the special and figured all that out. And that's how I landed on Signed, Sealed, Delivered. And, of course, the originals are just timeless classics. But it was almost like this was part of my gate. The California Raisins are part of my gateway to all of these just fantastic songs. And I still have a deep, deep appreciation for all this music. Even today, I think this is my second, maybe even third, like classic soul or Motown song to drop on the show here.
It won't be the last.
It will not be the last. I can guarantee you. So,
were there any tracks on this tape that stood out specifically that you kind of hit repeat on, or hit rewind on? You hit rewind
on the Raisins, the California Raisins.
Yeah.
Lean on Me.
Lean on me.
And Stand By Me.
And darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me. Stand by me.
Were two of the big ones.
Stand By Me is man, both of those.
Yeah,
You're
both
right.
of them. If I remember right, they were back to back on the album.
They are, yeah. Lean on Me is track 2, and Stand By Me is 3.
Yeah. It's funny that I remember that, but yeah.
You're not looking at it on?
No. I just is going purely off of memory.
You nailed it. That's amazing.
And I remember Moni Moni was on side 2. It was like track 2 on side 2. Something like that.
Let me see. I don't see that one. I don't see Moni Moni on this one.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that was on there, but
okay.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
There it is. It's number 10.
Oh, okay. So it was towards the end. All right. Anyways, it was on side 2. Anyway, yeah. So there you go. That's
man. Thanks for sharing that song. And man, that is such an interesting discussion. And
it left an imprint on me. Even
absolutely, it did.
Even now, I mean, I can tell you songs on this, and I haven't played the tape itself 30 years, probably at least 30 years, because by the time we were in high school, I wasn't playing the California Raisins. I was playing the originals.
Wow.
And on CD, no less. And so,
do you think that's something you'd want to do? Is bust out a cassette player? And
I'd be so afraid of messing it up. But if I could find a good tape player, I would probably be that and those blank cassettes that I have with all the recordings from the radio.
Now, on those radio recordings, I wonder if Little Michael Wayne might have
makes an appearance. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
if his voice,
there's some voices on
with
there.
His little East Texas twang showed up in there as maybe he's pretending to be a DJ or he's pretending to be a podcaster.
I can tell you now. There's one of the tapes that has recordings from me and who my best friend was at the time that lived up the road. His name was Zeke. You probably remember Zeke.
Yes, I know Zeke.
And
I remember Zeke.
Zeke and I we recorded ourselves constantly, and this would have been like second grade.
All right,
dude.
You got to get them to me so that I can play them and get a little bit of that action on the pod.
Done. That'll be part of my homework, Larry.
Is this your homework, Larry?
All right, man. Thank you so much. This is such a great episode. I really enjoyed the share. And, man, if you ain't got anything else.
No, I think that's a wrap on this one.
Well, everybody, keep in mind, music is a gift. Let's share generously. You know, if you hear a good song, it makes you think of somebody, send that song to that person right then and send them a, they'll say, hey, I was thinking about you. This song reminded me of you. Here you go. It's a gift.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody. Thanks again. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Hey, we really appreciate you listening to the show today. If you enjoyed it, feel free to listen to the rest of our catalog and share it with your friends. Go ahead and follow us. And you can find me on Instagram at Clay Dang Collins. Thanks a lot. We'll see you on the next one.